Good
evening.
evening.
Zainab Hiba, good evening, girls.
Good evening, mister.
How are
Good
you?
evening.
Fine, how about
I'm pretty good, thank you, God. We have to wait for your friends to come.
it's okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
خلينا نستغل هيدا الوقت نسألك شيء.
If you have a question, you can ask me, Zainab.
أه بدي من خلال خبرتك
Mm.
تفيدنا. مثلا أنا عندي وقت، أنت شو بتنصحني أعمل بهيدا الوقت؟ يعني من وين بلش؟ شو أعمل لحتى تصير لغتي أقوى؟ شو بتنصحني؟
You can read some short stories, Zainab,
already عم بعمل هيك.
and you have to listen to some short recordings, absolutely
أها.
in English.
أمم.
And the recording should be simple, Zainab, not that complicated, because you won't understand anything.
أوكي، يعني ما بتنصحني بلش بالقواعد بهيك أشياء؟
Everything is important, Zainab, not only grammar. Grammar is important. Reading, writing, speaking, listening are important too. The grammar is not, the language is not grammar. It's not only grammar.
أها.
Absolutely, grammar is important. Let me tell you something, Zainab and Hiba. If you want to read a short story, absolutely you will come across to a word that you don't know the meaning of this word. Try to extract its meaning. To know the way that you have to say it or pronounce it, you have to practice reading this word, put this word into context, and you have to check every grammar in the short story, and you have to know its usage. This is the best way to learn English.
أوكي.
So please
يعني
do that.
يعني ما بتنصحنا مثلا في ناس مثلا فيسبوك بحطوا إنه أول 50 كلمة بالإنجليش، أول 20 هيك أشياء، يعني ما
مم.
بتنصح مثلا نحفظهم؟
أكيد أكيد زينب.
أوكي.
زينب أنا عندي فايل، هيدا الفايل بيحوي على أهم وأكثر الفيربس اللي نحن بنحتاجهم بحياتنا اليومية. أكيد زينب، هلا نحن المفروض نبلش بأهم الفيربس بالإنجليش كتير كتار، وأكيد إذا بدي أبعت كل الفيربس بالإنجليش حنضوج وحنمل، ويمكن أصلا بعض الفوكاب اللي أنتم حتتعلموها ما تستخدموها. فنحن يعني هلا الإنجليزية الحديثة جايز عم تتجنب الحشو إنه بس الطالب المهم إنه يحفظ فوكاب أو يحفظ idioms وفريزال فيربس. طب أنا يعني هلأ في أشياء أنا مش حأستعملها، واللغة الشيء اللي أنا ما بستعمله بنساه حرفيا. فأنا هلأ بحاجة الأشياء اللي بدي إياها، اللي بدي استعملها بحياتي اليومية، أو إذا كنت عم بشتغل باختصاصي بالشغل. غير هيك أنا عم ضيع وقتي على الفاضي، لأنه جايز أي وورد أي رول إذا ما طبقت الرول حتضل رول. يعني أنا إذا بدي أتعلم قاعدة جديدة أو رول جديدة بالإنجليش، إذا ما عملت لها براكتس صدقوني حتضل رول. يعني أنا ما بعرف إذا خبرتكم قصة، يمكن من شهرين تقريبا في إنجليش تيتشر عنا بسكول كان عنده ويدنج باليونان. طبعا هي ما بتعرف تحكي سنتنس بالإنجليش، تخيلوا إنجليش تيتشر. وأنا ضليت معها على الواتساب كل الويدنج، كل السهرة لحتى بس ساعدة لتعرف هي شو تعمل، كيف تطلب أكل، كيف حتى تكون منيحة بالويدنج. وعلى فكرة هي واحدة من أكثر الإنجليش تيتشرز احتراف بسكول. أنا بصراحة بمحلات بغار منها كتير للإنجليش تيتشر، بس عندها مشكلة واحدة، إنه بالكلاس ما بتحكي إنجليش بسبب إنه ما بتعمل براكتس للسبيكينج، ما بتعرف تعمل سبيكينج. وعلى فكرة هي عندها انسايكلوبيديا من الفوكاب عن جد بجنن، وعندها جعبة من الرولز شي خيال، وإلى سنين طويلة عم تدرس اللغة، بس المشكلة مش عم تعمل لهم براكتس. فجايز الرول إذا ما عملت لها براكتس بدها تضل رول. أي رول أنا بتعلمها جديد بحطها ضمن كونتكست، بحطها ضمن اكزامبل، بحطها ضمن سياق. يعني حفرجيكم انا اكزامبل شو اعمل. اذا ما عملنا هيك جايز انا يعني عم أكد إنه الفوكاب ولا الرول حتنتسخ خلال أسبوع فقط. لأنه في كتير طلاب بيتحدوا حالهم وبيخبروني تيتشر حتى لو نسيناهم نحن خلال أسبوع أو شهر حنرجع نعمل براكتس. ما المشكلة إنه حتى لو أنت عملت براكتس بدك حترجع تنسى. جايز بي 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 بالمخ البشري في ذاكرتين. أول ذاكرة نحن بنسميها شورت تيرم ميموري، والثاني ذاكرة بنسميها لونج تيرم ميموري. الشورت تيرم ميموري هي الأغلب التيتشرز اللي بتبعوها بسكول بلاحظ الطالب انه مع نهاية السنة بينسى كل شيء تعلمه، بسبب طبعا اكيد طريقة التدريس بتلعب دور كبير، وبسبب الطريقة اللي بيحفظ فيها الستودنت الرول وحتى الفوكاب. فجايز انا يعني بدي اخبركم شغله نتجنبها، والا يعني الفوكاب ولا الرول بتكون بالشورت تيرم ميموري وحننساها بعد اقل من اسبوعين حتى، بسبب انه ما بتزبط اصلا. انا الوورد بس اعرف معناها وفقط، اذا ما انحطت الوورد ضمن سياق انا عم بشتغل على الفاضي. let me give you an example. زينب. طبعا زينب، طبعا جايز انا هالشي عم خبركم اياه بده ينعمل بكل شورت ستوري. يعني اي شورت ستوري انا بقرا الشورت ستوري اكيد آه، آم، حواجه فوكاب ما بعرفهم. طبعا اكيد هالشي طبيعي لانه نحن بالنهايه نيتيف سبيكرز، يعني الانجليش مش لغتنا الام. هيدي أفضل طريقة للفوكاب أو حتى الرول تكون باللونج تيرم ميموري. لاحظوا مثلا جايز عندي كلمة injustice. أنا لنفترض عم بقرأ شورت ستوري واجهت فوكاب injustice. هلا أنا ما بعرف كلمة injustice. طبعا أكيد لازم أعرف معنى الوورد، لازم أعرف كيف بتلفظ، ولازم أتدرب على البراكتسنج بالرايتنج، لأنه أكيد بده يجي نهار أنا حأحتاج هيدي الوورد. والأهم جايز بحط هيدي الورد into context. يعني لاحظوا جايز example بيقول some people spend their entire lives fighting injustice or unfairness. فأنا طبعا هيدي الدرس بعد بكير إنه أكيد نحكي فيه، هو اسمه context clues. فعندي synonym، هيدي السينونيم بتعطيني معنى injustice. فلاحظوا جايز أنا كلمة injustice حطيتها بإكزامبل، فأنا لما أحط الفوكاب بإكزامبل حتضل الفوكاب بمخيلتي لوقت طويل، لأنه انحطت ضمن السياق. أصلا الإنسان جايز ولد بتجارب. يعني ليش عم نلاحظ نحن أنه تجاربنا السابقة ما بننساها؟ لأنه انحطت بمثال، انحطت بتجربة. فأي شغلة منحطة بتجربة بمثال بتضل بالذاكرة لوقت طويل. والأهم نضل نستعمل الوورد. طبعا أكيد لأنه المخ البشري إذا في شغلة أرول أو كلمة معينة ما استعملها تلقائيا بيحذف هيدي الرول. أكيد هي نوع من الإنعاش، وبيرجع فقط بيحتفظ بالفوكاب والرولز والإشياء اللي أنا بستخدمها بشكل متكرر. فأنا جايز طبعا نصيحتي لكم الفوكاب اللي أنا ما بحاجته مش وقتها هلأ. أنا هلأ بحاجة الفوكاب يلي بدي استخدمها بالماي ديلي لايف، بالرايتنج. إذا أنا بدي أعمل رايتنج، بدي أكتب إيميل، بدي أكتب لتر، بدي أكتب أسي، عندي برزنتيشن، عندي انترفيو، فأكيد بحاجة هيدي الوردز الأهم. أما الفوكاب أو الرولز لبعدين أكيد ليجي وقتهم. يعني أنا في طلاب جايز بالليفل 2 بدهم يعني اشرح لهم الريبورتد سبيتش والباسيف فويس والنيجاتيف انفرجن. جايز يعني حرام، بكير، كل شيء له وقته. Okay, guys?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, thank you guys for coming. I have to register your names. We have Zainab, Dana, Hiba, Nahil, Tagrid. I have no boy today. Okay. Okay. So, let me open your book and let's complete from the point that we have stopped. If you remember, guys, we have read the two passages about the flight and the first man on the moon. Now I think it's the time to solve the following questions. So let me open the book and let's start. So let me go down to the two passages of the flight and the first man on the moon. Let me remind you guys that at level 2, the texts are going to be little harder. So please, you have to be careful. And as I told you guys before, the more you read, the better you will be. So read as much as you can. Not only you have to read in my classes, but you have to read whatever you have time. Because again, the language needs practicing. Okay, so let me go down. I think I have to open the book twice just to be able to read the text and to answer the questions. So let me open the book twice and let's start. Yeah, I think it's better to do this. So let me share the text. And here in the second screen, guys, I'm going to share the questions. So these are the following questions that we have to answer. Let's answer them, and then we have to discuss something new. So the first question is saying, when and where did the journey begin? When and where did the journey begin? In two stories, guys, not only in the flight. But let's read the flight passage and answer the question number one, which is saying, when and where did the journey begin?
The journey began.
Mhm.
بنجاوب ولا بنقرا؟
Exactly. So the journey began on July 25th.
1909.
Exactly. So this is when. Now, where the journey began.
In the north of France.
Exactly. In the north of France. This is the place where the flight started. This is it. In the north of France, especially Calais. And the journey ended in Dover. So, exactly, this is the answer number one about the first passage. Now, the second passage. When and where did the journey begin?
in 1900.
Exactly. So this is when,
In July.
especially in the morning. So this is when. Now where?
In the Kennedy
From
Space Center
Kennedy.
in
Again,
Florida.
Kennedy Space. Thank you so much. Center of Florida. So the journey started in Florida. Thank you so much. This is the answer, or these are the answers of the question number one. Now, two is saying, how long did the journey take? What about the flight?
It took 37 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So the journey took, this is it, thank you. It took 37 minutes to complete
Mhm.
the flight, exactly. So this is the answer of question number two in the first passage. Now the second passage. How long did the journey take?
It took 22 miles.
Can you tell
How
me
long?
how long? كم استغرقت
Mm.
الرحلة على القمر?
3 days.
How did you know? Can you tell me the
Uh,
line?
line 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, is it here in this paragraph or maybe here?
Um, the first paragraph.
Exactly. Thank you. So the rocket took 3 days to complete the journey. Amazing. So this is the second answer of question number 2. How long did the journey take? Now, question number 3. How far was the journey there? طبعا how far?
يعني قد إيه about
برافو.
22 miles.
22 miles?
Mhm.
Exactly. This is it. Thank you so much. So, 22 miles. What about the second passage about the first man on the moon?
250 miles.
Exactly. So, 250,000 miles.
Half of miles.
Exactly. So, these are the answers of question number 3. Now, 4 is saying, how fast did the journey go? So,
So the plane flew 40 miles per hour.
exactly, this is it. Guys, it is about absolutely per hour. Can you show me the line, Zainab?
Yes, sure. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 7 in
Line
the center.
7. Thank you. So at 40 miles per hour, this is the fast of the, or let me say the speed, because fast is adjective. Now, what is the speed of the second journey about the first man on the moon?
21,600 miles an hour.
Exactly, this is it. So I can say 6 miles per second or 21,060 or 600 miles an hour. So this is the speed of the two journeys. Now question number 5 is saying, where did the journey end? Let me
The
go up.
first one in Dover,
Yeah, exactly. It
and the
ended
second
in
one
Dover. Uh-huh.
at the moon. At moon. مش
آه.
النهي؟
يا ترى رجعوا على الأرض أو لا؟
in the earth. Okay.
Exactly. So it ended on Earth. This is it. Back to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So this is the place where the journey end. Finally is saying, in what way was this flight a beginning? كيف كانت بداية كل رحلة؟ يا ترى كانت موفقة؟
Difficult.
Uh-huh.
It was difficult
It
because
was
uh,
wasn't
because
easy.
it's the first one يعني.
exactly. It was difficult. Why, guys? Who could tell me why the journey was difficult?
لأنه لوي بليريوت is the first man to complete a near journey. ما كان حدا قبله عامل هيك.
Exactly. Don't forget that Blériot, guys, had an injury. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any compass. And
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, yes. So these are the problems. And we noticed that later on, he went into fog.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, exactly. The journey was really difficult. Now, what about the second journey?
teacher
Mm,
هيدا السؤال اللي ما قلنا انه بأول سطر انه هي wasn't easy انه ما كانت سهلة.
I can say the journey was not easy. Absolutely, it's correct. If you want to say, guys, the journey wasn't easy, the journey was difficult, ما أصلا عكس easy, difficult. If I want to say it is difficult, correct, it wasn't
انه
easy, the same meaning.
ما في نكتب بس هيدي الكلمة مثلا ما نطلعها من النص.
Yes, أكيد
اوكي.
بتزبط. Okay, by the way, guys, this is comprehension. Comprehension يعني مش شرط أن تكون الإجابة موحدة. So guys, keep in mind that in comprehension questions, all the answers are correct أكيد إذا كانت بتأدي لمعنى واحد. Don't change the meaning. So I can say it is difficult. I can say it was not easy. Now, what about the beginning of the second journey? Was it good? Was everything okay?
إيه كان كل شيء منيح.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that they mentioned any problems in the second journey, so the journey was totally great and okay. So these are the questions about both passages. Now we have some questions concerning every passage. Now we have some questions only concerning a Blériot or the flight journey. So let's go up and let's try to answer these questions. Question number 1 is saying, why was Blériot's flight difficult? So this is the answer of the final one. It was difficult, but why?
Because
And,
there
we
was a
couldn't
fire
swim.
and
Because-
couldn't swim.
He
Exactly,
didn't want to come down in the channel.
He had
exactly,
an injury.
exactly. So first of all, he couldn't swim. He had an injury, absolutely, to his leg. He didn't have a compass. So all these things made the journey really difficult to Blériot. Now, question number 2. Was the weather okay?
No, it wasn't because there was a fog.
Exactly. So, no, it was not, because he went into fog.
Mhm.
Now, question number 3. How did he know where to land?
When the journalist
Amazing.
journalist شو كانت الكلمة؟
Waving.
دوحوا waving into flags.
Exactly, that is it. So, he knew it when the French journalist waved a flag just to tell him that you can land here. Thank you so much. Now, the final question is, what did he win?
He won a prize
Price of
of
1,000 pounds.
Exactly. طبعا guys ما ننسى انه الكويشن بالsimple past did.
he won, sorry.
Exactly. So he won a prize out of 1,000 pound. Now let's go down to the text of Apollo, or the first man on the moon. The first question is saying, why couldn't the astronauts sleep?
They couldn't sleep because we were so excited.
Exactly, that is it. Because they were too excited to sleep.
Mhm.
So this is the answer of question number 1. 2. What did Armstrong say as he stepped onto the moon?
He said that's one small step for
One small step
Exactly.
for man.
Exactly. So he said that's one small step for man, but one giant leap for mankind. Thank you so much. Now the next question. How long did they spend walking on the moon?
um,
They spent 2.5
35
hours walking on the
Two and
moon.
a half hours.
Exactly, this is it. So walk on the moon, no.
المقطع الثاني تحت.
The next one, which line?
One.
line 3.
Half an hour walking, exactly. So on the moon. This is it. Armstrong spent 2.5 hours walking on the moon, exactly. Finally, what did they leave on the moon?
They left an inscription, "He man
Exactly.
from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind."
Exactly. So thank you so much, guys. They left an inscription just to tell people that it was the first journey on the moon. Thank you so much. So this is it, but it is not the end, because we still have a question about finding the words. Now, the question is saying, guys, I have to take a look at these numbers and I have to know what these numbers refer to. We have this date. First of all, let's go to passage number 1. Now, what does this date refer to?
It's
Number
the
one.
date to the first journey.
Exactly, this is it. So it was the date of the flight. Now 37.
37 minutes of
37 years old engineer.
Exactly. So about the engineer, Blériot was 37 years old. Now,
بس كمان في another 37 minutes
Exactly, this is it. Thank you so much. So 37, the age of a period, 37 minutes about the
The journey.
exactly to complete the journey. Thank you so much. So 37 refers to two things, not only one. Now we have 4.30.
He took off at
4.30 of
Time
time.
took off.
Exactly. So this is it. The time when he took off. أقلع بالطائرة. That is it. Now 40 refers to what?
40 miles.
40 miles.
40
plan
miles exactly per hour. This is it. The speed of the journey. Now 250.
Feet.
Exactly. ارتفاع altitude. 250 feet. Now 1,000
Pounds.
pounds. It is the
Pound.
prize. Thank you so much. So these are the numbers in text number 1. Now what about the numbers in text number 2? What about 1969?
The first
Okay.
man walk on the moon.
Exactly. It was the date of the first walking man on the moon. Now the next number is 3. This 3
3
is about
o'clock.
3 what?
Or 3 astronaut. 3 o'clock.
Astronaut.
3
3
astronauts. Amazing. This is it. 3 astronauts. Exactly. Do I have 3 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Um,
المقطع الثاني
the second
فوق.
part.
This is it.
time
Amazing. Exactly. This is it.
in the morning.
In the
بس
morning.
هيدي النمبر هو كاتبها كلمة يعني
So can I consider it correct?
astronauts.
Bravo. If the number is written like this, guys, absolutely I can consider it a time, but it's just a number. So I cannot consider 3 as a good
Okay.
number to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now 30 refers to what?
Time.
30 circles
Then it circles the
around the
moon
moon.
30 times.
30 times. Someone said circle?
Anna.
It circled the moon 30 times exactly. This is it. Now 8.17.
In the evening بالسطر الثاني.
This is it. This is the time now. Exactly. In the evening. Now 600 million
People.
people. Exactly. So it talk
People.
about people who were watching on TV. This is it.
All
600 million people.
people all.
Exactly. Now we have number 1. What is this?
One
One
Step.
step. This is it. One small step. Thank you. Finally, 22
Hours.
hours. This is it.
Hours.
After 22 hours on the moon, they went back to Earth. Thank you so much. So this is it. These are the questions about the 2 passages. You notice, guys, that the kind of questions and even the texts themselves are a little sophisticated. So please be careful because this is the way that the texts are going to be in level 2. Now, let's go to the next page. The next page, guys, is saying we have vocabulary and listening, and we have adverbs. Now, if we want to take a look at the sentences that we have in this box, I'm going to notice the words that are written in bold. So notice everything went well. Okay. كتير من الطلاب guys بيقولوا everything went good. أو I studied good أو I studied well. Guys, good هي adjective. والadverb من good هي well. So please be careful in using good or maybe well. Good is adjective and the adverb of good is well. Don't mix them. Now we have the plane flew beautifully. So notice beautifully, here is the adverb and I added ly to the adjective to be adverb. Now 3, the news quickly went round the world. Again, quick is adjective and I added ly to be adverb. Beautiful is adjective and I added the ly to be adverb. We can notice final is adjective and simply I added the ly to be adverb. So 80% of the adjectives, if you want to add ly, they become adverbs like slow, slowly, perfect, perfectly, passionate, passionately. So this is the regular rule. The regular rule is saying, if I want to add ly to some adjectives, simply they become adverbs. Notice quick, quickly, slow, slowly, careful, carefully, quiet, quietly, bad, badly, real, and I have really. Okay. Let me tell you something guys because we have some exceptions. مش guys إذا لاحظتوا أنا قلت 80% من الادجectives لما ضف لهم ly بصيروا adverbs. ال 20% guys هن الاكسبشنز. في بعض الwords بيزبط يكونوا adjectives and adverbs at the same time. For example, fast. كمان كتير طلاب بيقولوا fastly. Fastly is wrong. Fastly doesn't accept the ly at all. It could be adjective and it could be adverb. طب كمان في طلاب سألوني طب teacher كيف أنا بدي أعرف الفاست إذا كانت adjective أو إذا كانت adverb؟ شوف الرول ما أبسطه اللي بتخص الادجكتيف والادفيرب. الفرق الجايز اللي كتير واضح بين الادجكتيف والادفيرب. الادجكتيف describes the noun but the adverb describes the verb. Let me give you an example. If I want to say the driver it drives slowly. So he is a slow driver. Okay. Now, if you want to take a look at this word, this is an adverb and slow here is adjective. Again, as I told you guys, the adjective describes the noun. Notice that here I have an adjective. After adjective, we have a noun. This noun describes the adjective. But you notice in the first example, we have adverb, and the adverb describes the verb. And all the time, guys, if you want to check if you used the adverb correctly, ask yourself how. How does he drive? He drives slowly. How does he write? How does he sleep? How does he walk? How does he run? So by asking why, I can know if I used the adverb in a correct way, or maybe I make a mistake. So this is the difference between the adjective and the adverb. It is the same if you want to say fast. I know that fast could be adjective and adverb. Let me write an example. I want to write the same example. The driver drives, sorry, let me write the driver drives fast. And what's wrong with me today? And next we have, he is a fast driver. Let me correct the driver. And let me correct the drive. Okay, so this is the next example.
بأول وحدة adverb بالتانية
Exactly.
هي adjective.
Exactly. So this is it. So this is the way that you have to know if fast is adjective or maybe adverb. The second exception that we have is hard. Hard doesn't accept the ly to be adverb. I don't know if it is written. This is it. Hard. Work hard. hardworking. So work hard. So notice here it is adverb because it describes the verb. But if I want to say work or hard work here is adjective. Okay, let me tell you something guys about hard. في كمان طلاب بيسألوني teacher أنا مسبقا شفت كلمة hardly. For example, I hardly see you. طيب كيف يعني هلا تيتشر انت عم بتخبرنا انه الهارد لا تقبل الواي وهلا انا عم شوف hardly see you كلمة صحيحة بالانجليش. guys hardly معناها بتختلف عن معنى hard. I hardly see you. hardly هون تعني بصعوبة. أنا أراك بصعوبة بينما hard تعني بجد. ففي فرق كبير بين hardly إذا بدي أعني بصعوبة أو إذا بدي أعني بجد. So please, and absolutely there is a big difference between بصعوبة and بجد. So please, only if I have another meaning, if I mean بجد, absolutely I don't have to add ly. Okay. في كتير من الطلاب guys ويمكن تكونوا أنتوا تعرضتوا لهالمشكلة لما حدا يسألكم كيف صرنا يمكن نكون مريضين. كتير من الطلاب بيقولوا I feel good. Guys, I feel good wrong. لأنه good هي adjective. طيب وأنا قلت I feel ومنلاحظ feel هي verb. فما بتزبط تقول I feel good. You have to say I feel well. Why? Because well is adverb and good is adjective. Late. Again guys, late doesn't accept the ly. طبعا late غير معنى lately. It is the same of hard and hardly. So I came late and I have a late job. So notice that late could be adjective and adverb, and absolutely by context I will know if I mean the adjective or maybe the adverb. But notice that lately I've seen my friend, for example. This is time expression, and I mean something totally different. So please keep this rule in your mind because too much students commit this mistake. Okay, now let's check if these words are adjectives or maybe adverbs. Notice that smoking is a bad habit. What is bad? Is it adjective or adverb?
adverb.
Why?
adjective.
Okay.
adjective.
Why?
Bad
عشان قبل
adverb.
الهابط.
It's explain the
عشان قبل
adverb.
الهابط.
Exactly. It explains the what? The
The
noun.
adjective.
And because it explains the noun, it is what? Adjective. Okay, Zainab?
طب هنا عم بيقولوا bad habit. اوكي habit هي مش انه عادة.
habit عادة صح، بس شو صفة العادة؟ صفتها سيئة.
Okay, it's adjective.
Yeah, all the
سيئة.
time. Okay, Zainab, ask yourself all the time, is this word describes the noun? If yes, it is adjective. If it describes the verb, it is adverb.
Okay.
Notice, Zainab, the next example. We lost the match because we played badly. Now, badly is what?
Badly is adverb.
Why? Because it what?
adverb. Describe the verb.
Exactly. So it describes the verb. Exactly. Thank you. Now, exercise number 2. Please listen carefully